It was frantic. It was frantic. I was getting my phone ready, and then I realized the batteries needed to be replaced on one of the things in the stream. So I had to get my grill, and I had to go for it, and it's done. So
you know what I have to say to that? Welcome to My Baby Experts. That's all I can say is welcome to My Baby Experts, the home of the unpredictable, the laughable, the fun.
the home of something.
The home of something. We are
Of
back. We are
something.
back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode here. We're so happy to be with you guys. Happy Friday. Hello, Jamie Grayson.
Hi.
If you are joining us for the first time, my name is Sherry Creso, and
I'm Jamie Grayson.
there you go.
As the titles suggest.
We got a fun show for you guys today. Got a really fun show. I see everyone jumping in. We're here on Amazon Live. As usual, if you are picking up the show right now on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere else, and you want to join the chat and get the October giveaway code today, which we, of course, are going to give you one in the chat, you need to jump over to the Amazon Live chat and chat with us here. That's where the action is going to be. All right. So if you're not there, jump over. And I see everybody must be getting their notifications through the app right now to jump in with us. Did you guys get a notification? I think you did. I have my phone finally on mute here. So for more reasons than the show, you know, sometimes you just need to tune it out for a little while. So I didn't hear my notification. I think we got it.
I was frantically looking for my charger. So
I saw you doing that.
I'm watching it on my phone, and my battery is fine. So it should be fine today. Like whatever. It's Friday, and basically what I'm saying is I give up.
Mm-hmm.
So at least we have good internet.
Don't give up yet, because we have a good show. We've
got a guest. We have good internet. We're happy right now.
Right now we do. So we're going to keep on moving. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm going to pop the little banner up here for everyone, because if you are not entered in our enormous October giveaway, you want to go ahead and do that. All right. That means you need to go, and what you can do is go right over to the app. You just download it in the Google Play or the Apple Store. It's My Baby Experts. You can enter the giveaway. You can also go over to the website at mybabyexperts.com. You'll be able to enter that way as well. Okay. So if you don't have any more room on your phone or whatever the problem is, you don't want the app, doesn't matter. You could still enter the giveaway. We have over $2,500 in prizes for this giveaway. Strollers, car seats, carriers, mattresses, like literally everything that you would need, right? Everything. That's what we love to say. So we love to say about this giveaway, because we do it monthly. All right. Yes. Hi. All right. Good. They're jumping in. So today, I'm like, what is the name of this show? It's the truth, though. Today's show is going to be Baby Carriers and Blenders. That's the name of the show. And it's a little bit crazy, I know, but they've all been asking about my strawberry cheesecake ice cream, and the Vitamix is still on deal. So I could not pass up the opportunity. We had massive technical issues on Tuesday night, which is when I was going to do this.
Massive is putting it lightly.
Massive, like gone. My internet, they're working on it, Jamie. They promised me that this time, after 2 years, they're really working on it, and we look all right now. So
we're good right now. We're good.
I'm knocking on wood. So if you guys are tuning in, I want to tell you that hang out, because we're going to be talking baby carriers with Baby Catan. Alyson is here from Baby Catan to demonstrate for us and to really give us a good education on baby wearing, and also on the Baby Catan baby carriers, which are awesome.
Yep.
I mean, we love them. You guys know that. I know a bunch of you have them too. And then I'm going to be making strawberry cheesecake ice cream.
And then I'm going to show you some horror movies.
We have a mishmash of things.
It's spooky season. It is spooky season. I was up until 3 this morning watching the new Halloween movie. Do I recommend it? Probably not. It's not great. But as a devotee, it was my duty to watch it as soon as I could, and that's what I did.
That won't be what I'll be doing tonight, but that's okay. To each his own, right? Here, check it out. You see? I've got ingredients for you all. Ingredients, really good ones.
I see that cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
I don't like
We
cheesecake.
got strawberries.
I'm one of the
We've
weird.
we've got cherries. I've got cherries for you because I'm going to make strawberry cherry cheesecake ice cream, which is actually even better. It's even better, okay? And then we've got all the things, including some chocolate chips and all the ingredients, okay? So I'm going to bring that in a little while. But first, we're going to talk about baby wearing.
Let's get Alyson on before the internet goes out.
Oh, okay. He's saying move on with it. Move on with it. All right, let's bring Alyson on. Hi, Alyson.
Hi, guys. How are you?
No, we're doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. It's Friday. We're looking forward to the
Yes, it is.
weekend.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much for joining us today to do this and
to be
for
here.
switching times with us and being flexible and bringing your knowledge to everybody here because we got a bunch of moms and dads here in the chat who I know are very curious about the products and also about baby wearing in general. So
Awesome.
Why don't you
My favorite
introduce
topic.
yourself and like your role with the company, and then we'll like get rolling with this.
Of course. Yeah, my
Mhm.
name's Alyson, like Sherry mentioned, and I get the opportunity to be Baby Katan's baby wearing educator. And so that means I get to talk about all the carriers, all the awesome benefits of it. I get to talk with moms and dads and parents and grandparents all day about how awesome the carrier is.
awesome.
How long have you been with the company now?
Yeah, so you know what? I actually started with the company about, let's see, my middle one, it's about 7 years ago, a little bit before 7 years
Oh
ago.
wow, it's been that
Yeah.
long.
It has. That when baby wearing was booming, it still is, but when baby wearing was booming in the industry, I got to jump on board with them, and then I had my two youngest with them. Took some time off, and now I'm back. I'm so happy to be back with them. Get the opportunity to jump on board with them again.
That's
So I'm
awesome.
here,
Well,
like I never left.
we love them. I mean, we both have a long history with Baby Catan. I know,
Yeah.
like for me personally, I didn't use it with my kids because what year did the company start?
About 99.
99.
Ish.
Okay, so it was available. I didn't find it for my store until about 2003, but then started selling it in my
Mhm.
store very like a long time ago.
Mhm.
And so many moms and dads have, come in and just love this carrier because of the simplicity.
Yeah, I didn't use it with my oldest either. When she was, my oldest is 15. I use one that looks a little bit different now. However, definitely used it with my last two.
Yeah, I used them. I mean, I was very, involved when my nieces were born, the twins, and I think I wore that carrier every day for probably 4 months, 3 or 4 months, just because it was very easy and like, I've always jokingly and lovingly referred to it as like the baby wrap for dummies because it's so easy.
Himself
Yeah,
included in that
definitely.
dummy.
And I always try to tell people it's like that intro carrier to the baby wearing world. It's like people are so intimidated by all the different carriers, right? But then they get the Baby Katan carrier, they get their hand on it, they learn the short learning curve, and they're like, oh, I can do this. I can wrap without wrapping.
Yeah.
And then it kind of opens the whole world.
Completely. And when it's when you watch people's faces, like, oh, that's all I have to do, and I can get that same feel, and I can have that soft carrier, and I can use it for my newborn, and I can do skin to skin, and not have to learn all those things. There's definitely a lot of people who love that.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to demonstrate for us and show us?
Yeah, I would love
a little
to.
bit bigger here, so that let's see if we can do this here.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit here. And
if anybody has any questions while we're doing this today, this is your opportunity to ask Alyson questions. If you've been like kind of looking at the Baby Katans, you're thinking about registering, you're thinking about getting one. And we are always, proponents of like more than one carrier. Everybody needs more than one type of carrier. And this is one that I would definitely not leave out. So any questions, just pop them here in the chat for us. So we'll be watching.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Hopefully you guys can all see me. Can you see me?
Yep.
Let me back it up just a little bit more.
The top of your head is chopped off a little bit, but it's okay.
All right. How about now? Can you see me?
That's perfect.
Awesome. If you guys can hear me and see me, I'm going to go ahead. Actually, just drop in the chat there and go ahead and let us know how many kids you have if you're expecting. We'd love to hear that. This is a great carrier for moms who are, like we were mentioning, if they're kind of new to baby wearing or they're not sure which carrier to use. Obviously I'm a huge fan of it, but if you're kind of dabbling into the baby wearing world, grab one of these carriers and see if it's for you. So when you get it, it's going to come just like this, out of the box in a little bag.
How about we just remove Jamie and I for a minute and make you large?
Remove me.
Awesome.
Remove me out.
I got to remove both of us. I'm going to.
Awesome. So here we go. So when you get it out of the box, it comes just like this in this little handy dandy bag. Don't throw the bag away because you are actually going to need it. You'd be surprised how many parents actually toss this thing out and feel like they don't need it. Hang on to this part. The carrier is going to look like this. So it has 2 loops. It's held together in the middle by one little tiny loop there, if you can see. And you're going to put it on almost like a t-shirt. So you're just going to take it, kind of think like an infinity scarf. Put it around your neck like this. You're going to put the 2 loops side by side like this. And you're just going to put your arms up and under like you're putting on a t-shirt. Nothing more to it. So that X position's on the front, and I got that X position on the back. This is actually the position you're going to wear the baby in. This is the X position that the baby's going to sit in. The position that I'm showing you is going to be the really simple hug position. You can actually wear your newborn in it from day 1 in this position, all the way up to just about any age, as long as they're comfortable in it. This is my demo doll. I'm actually going to show you one extra step before I put them in. Do you see how you have this outside loop and you have an inside loop? If you take this outside loop, here, I'll put the baby down, and you push it down around your shoulder and let it hang around your waist, makes it a little easier to kind of work with one loop at a time. And this is kind of the hack I show new moms. Once you kind of do it a couple times, you won't even have to do this extra step. You're going to take your baby, put them on opposite shoulder, and you're just going to guide one leg in to the carrier and have it just right in the middle of those 2 legs, always keeping one hand on the baby. And you're just going to stretch the wide width of that loop all the way across the back of the baby from knee to knee. And so this baby has a little bit of weight to it. It's almost like the baby's sitting in the carrier. Again, we're going to keep one hand on the back of the baby. That loop that you dropped, you're going to do the same exact thing, just crisscross the opposite way. So that is right in the middle of the baby's legs. And you're going to spread the carrier nice and wide across the back of the baby, again, guiding it from knee to knee. So now you have 2 loops where the baby's nice and supported from knee to knee. So now they're sitting in that position. You're just going to spread out the fabric nice and wide across the top of your shoulder blades. Remember that bag I told you not to throw away? You're going to take it, flip it inside out, just like that. And you're just going to tie it off on the back of the baby's neck and around their back, nice and taut. You can actually bring it around to the front if you wanted to too. But either way, the most important thing is that you actually tie it off. And there you have it, hands free. Baby gets on carrier in the hug position. Baby's head is in the way, and you always want to make sure you have air moving over the face. You can just take, let's say your baby's head was turned this way. You can just take the carrier and flip it outwards like that so that there's always air going over the baby's face. Nothing more to it. You can even tuck the baby's head in. Any questions? How easy was that? There you go.
I didn't know if you could hear me. Let me bring Jamie and I.
You guys can see the
So whenever I wore, any kids in it, but like, I always love being able to like tuck the back of their head like you did to give their head a little bit more support. And it just feels like very cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's nice and tight, nice and cozy. And that's the important thing with a carrier. You want it to be nice and tight because you want to have that snuggly feeling of the little one up against you or nice and high.
They're saying
the good thing about the carrier is that this isn't even the only position. You can actually wear it in 5 different positions.
Yeah. Do you want to show us some other positions?
Absolutely. And what were you saying, Sherry? What were they saying?
They're saying you make it look easy. And the truth is that you do a very good job at demonstrating it, but it is that easy.
Yeah.
It really is that easy.
It really is. And I tell everyone, short learning curve is kind of like tying your shoes. You don't know how to do it at the beginning, but once you do it 1 or 2, a handful of times, it's almost like muscle memory. You just kind of put the baby in there. You don't even think about doing the extra step.
Completely.
Yeah. So this is how
you'll get lots of practice. You'll get lots of practice.
The hug position. There's a couple other positions you can actually wear the baby with their legs in. That's what we call the kangaroo position. I can show you that one as well. And
Mm-hmm.
so same thing, we kind of have it here where we have the outside loop hanging around the waist. We make a little, kind of like a little kangaroo pocket, right? That's where we're going to put the baby in. This would be a great position to wear with a baby that's first born. Again, you know, you want to make sure that your carrier is supporting the natural way that your baby kind of sits or lays. So let's say you have your baby against your chest and they kind of bring their legs up and around them like this or to the sides. This would be a great position to use because you're going to have feet tucked in. If for some reason, you know, from day one or a couple weeks after they kind of start stretching out, realizing they're no longer in the womb, that's when you can wear the baby in the hug position like I just showed you. So let's say you have the baby, they have their legs tucked in. So I'm going to do my best to keep these knees up. You're going to take your baby and you're going to put them into that kind of hammock. The important thing with this position is just to make sure that the weight is all on the baby's bum and not on their feet. So like you and I, if we were sitting in a hammock, we want to make sure all of our weight's sitting on the bum and not on the feet, even if their feet were tucked under them. And so again, this baby is sitting on their bum, their feet are tucked in. The carrier goes all the way around them. Make sure his feet are tucked in.
Alyson, are there better,
And then you're gonna do the same thing.
positions for certain like ages?
Yeah, and so this one, again, you can use this one from newborn all the way up until they start to kind of stick their legs out and kick their legs out. The hug position, same thing. You can use it from newborn all the way up to whenever, you know, they're kind of comfortable in it. Some babies prefer to want to look out a little bit more. You can, you know, if they're sitting up and they're sitting unassisted, you can even use the sling carry, which I can show you in a moment too. Yep. And so same thing, I pulled this carrier, I pulled the second loop up, except I spread it all the way around the baby. So all the way around their legs that were already tucked in and all the way around their back.
Awesome. Awesome.
And in this position, you actually don't need a sash. So if you kind of read the manual, you'll see which ones you need a sash for, which ones you don't need a sash for.
Super nice. Super nice.
And it's also good being able to flip the fabric. Like you have like flipping the fabric to cup your shoulder a little bit really adds more support. It feels good.
Yep, it feels nice and tight when you do that. And it keeps the fabric out of the baby's face too. So always
That's important.
Well, and I love how the baby katans, there's so many different types of them too. So there's like different weights and you know the different carriers. If you want to tell us a little bit about the different ones.
Yeah, so the one that I'm wearing here is actually the organic cotton. So we have a cotton original, which comes in a couple different colors. We have for some people, like, you know, where I am, we're in South Florida where there's only really 2 seasons, hot and hotter. And so we kind of like the breeze or the oasis. So the breeze is also a cotton version of it, but half of the loop actually has like a mesh type of cotton. And the second half of the loop, the other half of it is just a solid cotton. So you can kind of rotate which side you want.
I remember when that came out.
Yeah, that was hot.
It was like the mesh baby katan launch. And you were
yes.
Oh, wait. Like that was a big deal that year.
And hot as in everyone wanted it, not hot as in carrier. And so, everyone went crazy over that. And then we had the active carrier or the active oasis. So that kind of feels like if you can think kind of like a golf shirt, like a dry fit wicking kind of material. That one kind of wicks the sweat away for mom and baby. It has UVA, UVB protection. It's kind of a lighter weight fabric. So that one is a really popular one in some hotter, more humid climates. So yeah, that's a different kind. And then we have, of course, prints. Everyone likes fun prints.
Yeah.
And
Caitlin has a question.
One second. I just want to say, all the ones that Alyson just mentioned, they're all here in the carousel. So if you're new to Amazon Live and you're figuring out like, how do I shop for these? First of all, Joe's dropping them in the chat for you. But if you want to see them all, you could just click the shop tab right next to, if you're on mobile, right on the shop tab, and you'll have all of them right there. We're highlighting them as we go. If you're on your desktop, you'll see it scrolling right below us. Okay, so you can just click over and check. And then you guys also have some bundles available right now on Amazon too. So
we do.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But go ahead, Jamie.
Caitlin has a question, and this we always bring up, and it's one of the things with baby katan is they are sized. And Caitlin wants to know if you can provide like any sizing tips specifically if you're shorter.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a really great question to answer. So the baby katan carriers, they are sized carriers. And I think that kind of trips people up a little bit, but it's really simple. Just go by your pre-pregnancy sizing And then dads will kind of go by their jacket sizing. So we always want to go by pre-pregnancy sizing, just because it keeps everything nice and taut. And then you can even go on the Baby Katana website, and it can kind of help you out with the sizing calculator there. You're going to put in your pre-pregnancy weight, your pre-pregnancy dress size, and then you're going to put in your height. So the only time, the sizing may or may not be in the middle is if you're about 5'2" or shorter. Then we would recommend sizing down one size. That's kind of the easiest way to explain it.
And she said she's short, so that's a good point.
Yeah. Yep. Because you always want to make sure. So if you notice, I have the baby being worn nice and high, right? So I can kiss the top of their head without pushing up their bum. And the only way to achieve that is to make sure you get a nice tight carrier. So I know a lot of moms will say, "Oh, I wear a medium shirt. I'm just going to buy a medium carrier." Absolutely not. We want to make sure you get the right size carrier and a nice tight carrier, because you want it to be almost swimsuit tight before you put the baby in. Because you guys can't tell by just looking at this, but it's almost like a stretchy shirt. And so it stretches as the baby gains weight, as you're using it. Those are all reasons. You don't want to be wearing the baby, kind of down here.
You don't want that baby to sag.
Nope.
And you really
do, nice and high.
You really do want to size this for yourself. There are definitely lots of carriers that you can share with maybe your partner who is a different size or whatever. Don't try to do that with this carrier, because it could create it's a safety issue too. If it's too big, you really need to have the baby. It needs to be sized properly for your body. And that's your body, not the baby's body.
Absolutely. Yep. You got it.
Okay.
You're spot on.
Caitlin's also asking, can larger breasts affect size as well?
So good question too. Sometimes it will play a role in it, but not typically, right? So again, your breasts obviously change size when you're pregnant and or if you're breastfeeding shortly after. It depends on how large of a cup the difference is, but really the carrier is going around the circumference of your chest. So really the circumference size of your bust is not really changing. Maybe your cups are, but again, the circumference really isn't. So, there's very minimal times where it does kind of play a role in it, but usually, whether you're have a bigger cup size or a smaller cup size doesn't really play that much of a role in it.
No, and that's where the stretch is going to come in, so just like the baby will start off small, and then you can use this, up to 35 pounds?
35 pounds.
Yeah. So think about, you're using the same size based on your body height and size. And as the baby grows, the fabric is going to stretch. I think it'll also accommodate for breast sizes getting larger, smaller as you go through the year.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of a misconception where people think that because my baby's getting larger, I need to get a larger size, or it's okay to have a slightly larger size. In this case, not really, because your baby's stretching it, your baby's growing, the weight stretching it even more. So you want to have it nice and tight.
And also, can you talk about how you can clean them, wash them, like how you care for it?
The good thing is that you can toss it in the wash just like we normally would all, other cotton materials, even the active. If you read the manual, you'll see the kind of the care there. You can kind of hang dry that active one if you'd like. For these, you can even tumble them on low dry or medium dry. I toss it kind of in there. You can even hang dry it.
The plus thing about these is when you wash them, you don't get that noise from buckles. I'm just saying.
The ones where you have to put the socks over them and put them in the dryer.
Yeah, I mean, this is the carrier that I recommend having to take to the hospital with you. I mean, to use right from the beginning, because these are the soft carriers that you can really use with a newborn. You really want to do as much skin to skin as possible. This gives you a way to do skin to skin while, having the baby attached to you. And they're coming in. This is like an extension. I always felt like with baby wearing, it's an extension of what you just did during the pregnancy.
Yeah, here's a little tip I'll tell you. So if you notice, I'm wearing it nice and high on my chest. Like some other moms, I've had 3 C-sections. And so where that incision is right here, you don't have a waistband, you don't have a buckle, anything kind of irritating it right here. So I was able to carry this into the hospital, as long as you're cleared by your doctor and you're okay to stand up and wear the baby, then absolutely, you wear it nice and high on the chest and you get the right size. It's not bothering this area.
Yeah.
It's also because the sash also inverts into a bag. It's also just very compact and it's a very easy carrier to travel with.
Yeah, throw it in your diaper bag, throw it in the back of your car, have more than one. You can kind of just crumple it up and it works. Then when you have it normally tied off in even the hug position, I even stick little things in this pocket here. See?
Mm-hmm.
And I stick a little maybe cloth in there, something that I might need. It's just my little hack.
Yeah. No, that's good. Did you say there were other positions?
There are. And so I've showed you 2 positions. Here's another position that I kind of wear with my youngest. So my youngest, he actually just turned 4. And so surprisingly, he's not quite to 35 pounds yet. So I could technically wear him in this. And I've actually done it for giggles. And so for this carrier, you can almost wear like a sling type carrier. So you would just double the loops, one on top of the other like this. You're going to put that across your body like this. And this would be a good and safe position for a baby that can sit unassisted for long periods of time. Once they can do that, you can use this position. So the same way, you know how kind of moms carry babies like this? That's exactly how you're going to wear the baby.
I've never used this carrier on the side position. This is great for me to see too, because I was always working with such young infants, you know. We were always looking at like the chest position. So, but this is great.
Yeah, so
this is how I carry
making a seat here. Yep, making a seat here, just like you would with any other carrier or wrap or sling. Got baby's hands in there, and I'm just going to pull the fabric all the way up to the back of the baby. And then they're going to, if they want to have an arm out, they can. And it's almost like a slip-like carrier.
It's so interesting to me because obviously, like, positioning is so subjective and like what people like. And so many people love a hip carrier or a sling position like this. I'm one of the weird ones, and I've tried multiple times. I think it's because my arms are so lanky and I don't know what to do with them. Like, wearing a baby in a side position like that has never felt good to me.
That was my favorite position.
And that's the thing, like, so many, my sister loved it, like so many people love it. And I'm just like one of the weird ones. I'm like, whatever.
I think you get so used to carrying your babies on your hips. Like, it's just how I carried my kids was like that. So when I put them in a carrier and have my hand, the ability to let go and not really have to hold their weight. I mean, you still have your, it's always been the thing where like, I want to keep holding the baby because I'm used to like holding them, but I don't have to support their weight. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And that's kind of the thing with carriers. I always tell one, I said, there's a carrier out there for you that you're going to love. It may not be, the one that you wear as a sling. It may not be the one on your shoulder because you want to have that mobility of your arms all the way, or you don't want to carry all the weight on one shoulder. But you know what? That's kind of why, again, it gives you a couple different options to wear it in.
And I think, like, again, like you said at the beginning of this, like, Baby Catan is like a very good gateway carrier. Like, it is your way into like getting comfortable with baby wearing. And obviously, as your kid gets older, if you want to go into like toddler carriers for higher weights, there are those out there. But for just like a good introduction to baby wearing where you don't have to overthink what carrier you're using, and like if you're going to be able to deal with like 18 yards of fabric and like all this stuff, like it's just a very good product, and the price point is not outrageous.
Absolutely. You put it on, you feel like the master baby wearer or wrapper without having to wrap.
Yeah. And we've talked about it before, but I would even put it on, and I tell people all the time, like, put it on before you leave the house. Put it on, you drive. When you get where you're going, you get the baby out of the car seat.
Yes.
And put them on.
Yes, that's a great hack. I tell moms that all the time. Put on that X position and just wear it like that as you drive.
Yeah. Daisy's saying, is there a weight limit? Yeah, we were talking about 35 pounds for the weight, which is huge. I mean, like my kids were, like you said, yours is 4 and almost.
My 4 is not in. We're not even at 35 pounds yet.
Mine were like that too. So it's going to be quite a while. Again, we have all the carriers. They're all here in the carousel. You can click through, and as we told you guys, there is a Baby Catan storefront here on Amazon. So when you click through the carriers, you can also click through the storefront and then see all the products from Baby Catan, all their different styles of carriers, the different prints,
their diaper bags,
the diaper bags. We have our diaper bags here for Baby Catan. They're all here in the carousel, and you'll be able to check them all out. Go over and just like, click on them, add them to your cart, save them for your list, and then you can come back and decide which one's your favorite.
And I'm always a big fan of telling people to follow baby wearing companies, because a lot of social media accounts for baby products, there's no like educational component necessarily with it. And one of the best things about following baby wearing accounts, regardless of the account you're following, they usually are really good about spitting out baby wearing information and benefits and tips. And, you know, you can apply those across the board. And I think it's pretty great.
Absolutely. And then lastly, if anyone, you know, they had any questions about the Baby Gets On carrier specifically, if you go on our website, you can actually schedule a fit check class with us and kind of do a one-on-one or even just a fit check class and kind of like a drop-in session. And then I'm there doing all the fit checks.
That's so good. Is there like a particular link they would use for that?
Yeah, if you go on it's right there on the Baby Gets On website. You'll see sizing right under the sizing where the calculator is and all those things. You'll see.
We're going to add that section to the app for in our Baby Catan section in the app. We're going to add that there so people can know exactly where to go to like get because I could see them here in the chat, and I think that would be so helpful for them.
Yeah,
absolutely. I can help you guys out with that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Are there other positions you want to show us before we complete the carrier?
You know, last but not least, that's kind of I'll show you the very last, you know, kind of favorite one. So this is the Explore one. So almost like the hug position, but in the reverse. So if your baby is a little bit older and, you know, they're not liking facing you, maybe they're about 4 or 5 months, they have really good head and kind of neck control, they're learning that trunk control, and they want to be able to look out. This is a good position to use for short periods of time. It is a bit overstimulating for babies, so I try to tell parents to just use it for shorter periods of time. But the same X position here, I'm going to take off the outside loop. I'm going to take my baby, and so they're facing out this way, and I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm just going to guide one leg on each side, put that baby right in the middle because that's where we want them to end up, and then we're going to spread the fabric from knee to knee. So again, your baby's sitting. Forgive my baby because they don't have knees, but you'll get the point. They're sitting like this.
I'm familiar with the perils of plastic dolls.
But that's an awesome one. That is an awesome one for baby wearing there.
There are problems galore when it comes to plastic dolls and their lack of joint.
You know that. Thankfully, this one has weight, but it doesn't have knees. So I'm going to spread the fabric again, nice and wide. From knee to knee. My baby's still.
Do you know? I remember being at where were we? Was it Orlando? It was Orlando when I saw you guys in Orlando, and Joe carried Lucky in the Baby Catan that whole weekend. You guys gave him one for the dog.
That's hysterical.
Yes, for the dog. Yes, we do have pet carriers actually. So imagine my baby is sitting with her knees like this. Again, all the weight's in the bum. The knees at, you know, kind of at or just above bum level, and then I'm going to take this.
Oh, we lost sound. That's not me doing it, is it?
We lost you.
Can't hear you. Wait, hold on. She's still muted.
Hold on. Unmute her.
I have her. I'm trying, but it's not working. It says your mic is not connected, Alyson.
I wonder if her AirPods died. Oh,
everything.
Hold on. We'll figure it out. Listen, it's not an Amazon Live without a technical glitch.
It wouldn't be real. I'd be like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Yeah, we'll see if she comes back in really quick.
She can come back. That was great though. I mean, like it's so what here is that her coming back? I'm not sure. All right. Well, listen, Alyson will also, I'm sure, jump into the chat and answer any additional questions that you might have. But hopefully that was helpful for you all to see the different carry positions. We were about to do the front position. Yeah. I'll show you.
Oh, here we go.
Here she is. Hold on. Here she comes. She's back.
And we're back.
I thought it would be me that would die today here.
That's how it looks at the end.
Perfect.
And I think it is good, one of the things a lot of people, their baby, they're looking for, they're going to get overtired and overstimulated. And I think it's one of the things, like, your baby is right here. So just pay attention to their cues, like hold their hands, let them hold your hand, your fingers, be present with them. And if you find your baby's getting like overwhelmed with the whole thing, all you have to do is turn them around.
Absolutely.
Like, facing outward when they're developmentally appropriate for it, like it's a great thing to like go to the zoo or the aquarium or like go to the you know whatever, so your baby can like look out. But if they do get a little like wonky, flip them.
Yeah, when they start kicking their legs and flailing and fussing and crying, those would all be some signs. And maybe it's time to take them out and turn them around. But in the meantime, utilize the forward-facing explore position.
I think this is the longest time. So I've been in the baby about 17 years now. And I think this is because of COVID and like not traveling and being around infants, I think this is the longest point in like 20 years I've not worn a baby.
That's a good point. Now that I think
it's awful. It's awful. I miss wearing babies so much. It's like I'd wear my friends' babies. I'd wear the babies at the conferences. I would borrow babies. Like it's my favorite. And I have not been able to do it in almost 2 years.
Thanks a lot, COVID.
For many things.
I also want to let everyone know that there is a discount code, okay, to use here. And I believe this is for 20% off. And that's Baby K Live 20, right? Okay. So I'm going to drop that here in the chat for everyone. Let me just, and then I'll pop it up on the screen just so that everybody knows that they can use that. There we go. All right. Let me pop that on the screen for everybody. That is, use this, baby. This is the code you're going to use. Baby K Live. That's a huge help.
Yeah, listen, there's nothing better than a baby Catan carrier than a discounted baby Catan carrier.
You said it. We like a bargain. We like a bargain. Here we go. There you go. Baby K Live 20.
Awesome.
And that's here on Amazon. The code, correct? Yes.
That is here on Amazon. That is here on Amazon. So yeah, they're thanking you. They're excited.
Awesome.
Thank you for the follow, Heaven. Thank you for the follow, Lara. We got a bunch of new followers coming in. Thank you for jumping in and following us here. If you're not following my baby experts, please hit the follow button, and that way you'll be notified, and you can enter our giveaways by following us as well. And then go over and give Baby Catan some love too over on social, right?
Yes, please. We love a good follow.
Yeah.
Totally. All right, this is awesome. Thank you so much, Alyson.
Thank you for having me. If there's any questions, you guys know where to find us. I'm sure you guys could obviously answer the questions too. You guys are fabulous. Thanks again.
But it's also like it's good chatting with people who actually work at the company. Like there's something to be said for like companies facing consumers. I'm all for it. So that interaction is very important.
Totally.
Agreed.
Totally. All right. We're gonna keep moving on. We got ice cream to make now.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna stay around for a little bit longer and check out this ice cream and this blender version.
Perfect.
Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. I do as well with the ice cream as you did with the carriers.
Thank you guys again for having me.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Bye. That was so fun. And yeah, and there's also diaper bags too. We've got the Baby Catan diaper bags. They're here in the carousel. You got two different types of diaper bags. Okay, you got the Sojourn, and this is the
lasagna bag.
The lasagna bag, right? The lasagna bag. So you got both. Also, Jamie, I noticed that there were bundles, as I was saying before. You could buy the carrier and the diaper bag in a bundle.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Okay, and that's right here in the carousel. So you're getting a nice, price on that as well. So you got both. Let's move on to ice cream. Want to do some ice cream? You gonna pray for me?
Cream.
Nothing. I actually haven't made it in a while.
Full disclosure. I'm also one of the weird people that cannot stand cheesecake.
It doesn't taste like cheesecake.
I can't eat it. I don't like cream cheese.
I don't like cheesecake that much either, but I love this. There's something about the creaminess of this ice cream, and you can't taste the cream cheese. It's more of it just has such a good flavor. And I started making it with strawberries and cherries, frozen cherries. And so the whole combination of the tartness of the cherry and the strawberry and the cheesecake and all of it. I mean, the cream cheese, all really, really good. So why are we even talking about ice cream? Well, the Vitamix blender is still on deal. And so there's still a really good opportunity to pick up one of these Vitamixes on deal. Not only is the blender on deal, but we've also, oh, Joe, I need the cups. Oh, there, he got them. They're right here. We also have
I'm gonna go look right now.
yeah, the shake cups are also on deal. The mixing bowls are also on
It's
deal.
$150 off.
I'm telling you, it's time to get a Vitamix. It's time. It's still on deal. And I was like, I really wanted to do this for you guys on Tuesday. And I thought, oh crap, it's not going to be on deal. It's 25% off, $175 off.
That's big.
Totally. Now you can also modify, obviously, any of these recipes I'm showing you here, but Vitamix also has some really great recipes right on their website. So you can check out their recipes. I learned this on their website. There, and then I modified it slightly. You always do that. You add the couple things that you like yourself. But you know, when it comes to like smoothies every day, you know, soups, you can heat up soup without having to cook it. Just from the torque of this thing, it actually heats up and cooks the soup right inside the container. You can make ice cream like I'm about to do. So how do I do this here to show you? Let me see if I get this thing on here. I'm gonna put our, let's do this. Can you see my other camera now? Let me get our names off of here too. Hold on one second. Let's get the displays off. Okay. So what I've got here is the Vitamix blender, all right, that we've had for quite a while and use a lot. This particular one is the one that's in the carousel. There are different versions. This is the A3500. It has like a touch screen, more of a touch screen on here than like just a dial. Some of the lower end, like lower priced ones actually do have the dial. They all work really, really well. So, I mean, depending on your budget, you can really go for anything that you want. While I'm at it, I'm also going to show you a couple things that are also in the carousel, because as I started to put all the ingredients, I realized that like literally everything on the tray and the trays themselves that I've been literally waiting for over a month, because I wanted these particular trays and I wouldn't get anything else. So they finally came and I'm really excited about it. These are all these things are also on the in the carousel. Okay, we have the OXO measuring cups, which are awesome. Do you have these measuring cups?
No.
These are like stackable, and they're all different sizes. So I have those in the carousel here. I also have these little ramekins that I love.
I love my ramekins. My ramekins are my great grandmother's, and I got them when she passed away. They are old, and I love them.
Well, if you don't have ones that are heirlooms like Jamie's, I highly recommend these little ramekins. I use them for, you know, I really use them all the time. I use them just as a little bowl, especially like when sometimes we'll get Chinese food, we'll get soup, and like I don't want to fill up on like a huge bowl of soup. These are like just the perfect little size for a little bit of soup. And so I do use them for things like that.
If you make like a dumpling, they're the perfect size for a dipping sauce.
They're perfect for dipping, and because they come in what are they, 8 in a pack, 6 in a pack. They're great for like different dips if you're going to be like putting food out.
That's the same company that makes my giant white bowls.
Is it?
Yep.
Maybe that's how I found them.
They're great.
I wonder, because they matched my dishes, and maybe I was looking at the bowls that you've gotten and click through.
Those bowls are still the best dish investment, and they're not even expensive. But like my most used dish are those big stupid white bowls I own.
Isn't that funny? We get like certain things, right?
You can put anything in them. They're awesome.
All right, so I'm going to go back here to the Vitamix here, and I'm just wondering if I should get us into like a different position so you can really see it. That might be easier.
That's better.
Okay, so there's the Vitamix. All right. Now, what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and add all the ingredients inside the Vitamix. All right, and let's see if you can see it here. All right. Hold on. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the lid off of here like this, and you just remove it by lifting it up. It has a really nice seal on the Vitamix, so like it snaps in really well, and then has like a rubber gasket around so that you get a good seal. But then at the top, you see this here, you have a thing to remove so that when you're actually making your ice cream or you're making anything, this opening at the top will be one place where you can either add ingredients while it's going, or use the, I don't know what this thing is called. Do you know what this is called?
I think it's just called the stamper.
It's a stamper?
It's the stamper, like the stomper. It's like the Vitamix plunger.
All right, wait. I have it in the carousel, so I'm going to, Joe will pop it in. It's the tamper. It's a tamper. Oh. Okay, this is a tamper. So what this is while you're making whatever you're making, sometimes you need to move the stuff around that's down in the bottom.
Joe just put the bowls in. Those bowls are on discount today.
Oh, they are?
Everyone here watching, go get those bowls. I will show you right now just how big they are.
All right. So what I'm going to do next here, you know what I should do? I should remove us and make us, let me do this.
Bowls are on deal. Go get yourself some bowls. You could put a lot of ice cream in these bowls. You can put a lot of pasta. You can put a big old salad.
Hold on. I myself back in, and then I think I can do this. No, wrong direction. I don't think I could do it. I think we have to do it this way. All right.
Take me out if I'm filling up the screen.
Oh, I would take you out. We're having a conversation. All right. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start adding all the ingredients, right? And I want to make sure that I do this in the right order. We're going to be adding frozen strawberries into here. Okay. So we want to go slow when we start because these strawberries are frozen. I got frozen whole organic strawberries. I get a big giant bag of them, usually get them at Costco. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the strawberries into the Vitamix here. All right. Now I'm not going to add all of them because I actually want to save some room for the cherries, and I'm going to do a little bit of both. So we also have the frozen cherries. These are frozen pitted cherries, and you want to make sure that you, for obvious reasons, you get no pits. All right. Just going to say that.
That would not.
Okay.
That would not be the greatest.
We're going to add some of the cherries into that as well. Okay. And I'm dripping all over the place, but whatever. All right. Here. Joe gave me napkins. Thank you, Joe. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and add. This is going to be a half a cup. There's a half cup. I already measured it. Okay. Of half and half. So the half and half is going to go right inside here too, like that. And then we're going to go ahead and add the lemon juice. There is 1 tablespoon of lemon juice that you're adding into here. Okay. And you're also going to be adding 3 ounces of cream cheese. All right. So this is a nice way to get it is like the big blocks. I get the big ones at Costco. And this is the first time that I cut them up and vacuum sealed my cream cheese so that I could take blocks this size and defrost them one at a time. We'll see how that goes. I've never frozen cream cheese before, but it's a lot of cream cheese to eat. So it's really nice to be able to have this. So I'm going to go ahead and add the cream cheese into the Vitamix. And then we also need to have sugar. Okay. We have the sugar. So this is granulated sugar. How much is this? This is 1/3 of a cup of the granulated sugar. I'm going to pour that right into. Oh, it got stuck. Hold on. Hold on. I need my spoon.
Just use your finger.
Yeah, but then I'm going to be touching the keyboard and everything's going to get stuck. All right, so that's the sugar. And then what is left here? Okay, we need the vanilla. All right, so now the vanilla, I want to show you this because this is really cool too. I just got these new measuring spoons. Have you ever seen these before? They are magnetic. So they all attach to each other in they're all magnetized to each other like that because I hate those rings.
I do too.
I hate those rings. I hate those rings. So look at these. Look how nice these are. These are also in the carousel. There's also a leveler that comes with it so you can level them off. Each one of the spoons, all right, I'm going to grab one here. This one is the 3/4 of a 3/4 of a teaspoon. What's great about it, you're going to love this. Okay, so there's one side, obviously, that's round, but there's also a side.
Elongated to go inside jars.
Duh.
Adds
Awesome.
to cart.
Isn't that cute? Let me just see. So how many? There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different spoons, ranging from a 1/16 of a teaspoon all the way up to a tablespoon. And so when you're using them, first of all, they're going to attach. They're not going to be flying all over your, your drawer, your kitchen drawers. But you can actually take one and use it without having to have everything else attached. Right. And then they do come in different colors. I did just get the black ones, but they do have like multicolors and things like that. And then the leveler. All right. So the reason I said all that is because I do need to add some vanilla right now to the recipe. Okay. And the vanilla, how much vanilla do we need? A 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla. All right. So I'm going to find my 1/4 teaspoon. That's the third one here.
You're going to measure. You just pour vanilla.
I'm going to measure because I want to show you how I'm using my measuring spoon. All right. So this is the vanilla. All right. And I don't have the really fancy, expensive vanilla that Jamie has. I have the cheap McCormick.
Mine's not even
vanilla.
that fancy and it still costs too much money. I don't get it.
You guys like these spoons? Yeah, they're cute, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of vanilla. Very nice. Okay, so there's your vanilla. And that's it. Those are all the ingredients. And the ice. Don't forget the ice. Okay, we need to put ice in. Now, I'm going to put some ice in. It calls for about 1/2 cup of ice. All right, you don't really need that much. And here's why. I'm using frozen strawberries. So because they're frozen, the fruit was frozen, it does work pretty well to not have that much ice. I'm going to maybe add a little more ice as we go, but I'm not going to use that much. That's just experience of like in the past, I've used a little too much ice and then it gets almost like frosty and I want it to be smooth and creamy. All right. So now we're going to go ahead. Maybe I'll put one more ice cube in. A lot of what I do when I cook is very much by feel, and I can't really give you that answer. Now we're going to go ahead and put the lid back on. Can you see the whole Vitamix, Jamie? Yeah.
You just need to put the hole back in the lid.
I will, but you know what? It actually won't matter. I'm going to do that, but it's going to be fine.
Okay.
Because the truth is I'm going to need to take it out I'm going to have to use my tamper in order to really get this going. And so I'll go ahead and start it. When I start the Vitamix, you're going to start it off on a very slow setting because there's a lot of ice in there. There's a lot going on and you need to give the machine some time to like really start grinding up. We're going to go faster and faster as we get closer to the end. So here we go. I'm going to start on the first setting. It's just one push. And we're going to let it blend. Now I'm going to take my tamper. See this? And we're going to take this off. See, it's not like flying everywhere or anything like that. You can do it, pretty easily. And I'm going to start pushing down, and you'll see that it's going to start mixing everything up. Joe is so excited that I'm actually making the ice cream right now. So I've been promising I was going to make this for a while. All right, so now I'm going to start increasing the speed. And the way that you do that is just keep turning it. Is it really loud?
It's not bad. It's loud, but it's not. It's not picking up anything much.
Okay. Now I don't know why. I think I didn't put enough ice in it. Hold on. I think I need to put more ice. See, I haven't done this in a while. Let me get this going here. Hold on. A little bit more ice. I think I was just a little too nervous with the ice because the last time it was too frosty. So let's do that again. And also, I think that because the strawberries have been sitting out, they got defrosted. That's what happened.
If you're just joining us, we're making ice cream soup.
Wait, what did you say?
We're making ice cream soup if you're just joining us.
You know what? I need Joe to bring me more ice because I let my strawberries get they got too defrosted. So I need a little bit more ice. If Joe can go ahead and run down some ice for me. Let's do this. He's doing. I could hear him moving up there. I'm going to let it sit for a second so I can get a little bit more ice on this. Yeah, I usually take it right out of the freezer and then I don't need that much ice, but I had very soft. The cherries are completely
The cherries
defrosted.
were melted. You could tell by the juice.
I'm eating them right now. They're not frozen. It took longer than I thought. So give me a second.
While we wait on Joe to get ice, I'm going to talk to you about some horror movies.
Why don't you do that?
So we have 3 currently in the carousel. One of them is a mockumentary film called Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. And it is about a documentary film crew that is following around a serial killer. Like, it's a very funny movie. And they're like, oh, he's like, well, the important thing is, like, you have to have
I'm muting myself.
You need an outfit. You need something that people can tell it's you. You need to have, like, you need to make a statement. Like, it's about becoming like something like Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger, like whatever. Like, he's trying to be a statement serial killer. But then it ends up getting creepy and he turns on the crew. And that's all I'm going to say. But it's a really, really fun movie if you're a horror movie dork. It's called Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Now, we got 2 other movies. One is a TV series that was on Netflix, but you can order the Blu-ray. And these are both by Mike Flanagan. And Mike Flanagan is currently my favorite. He just did Midnight Mass. And, you might know him from like Ouija and like the Gerald's Game movie and all kinds of things. But what he really did that blew my mind was he directed Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining. This movie was my favorite the year it came out. It is remarkable. It's a very good marriage of like the Stephen King and the Kubrick Shining in terms of how they format the sequel. But Dr. Sleep is one of the best movies I've ever seen. If you can watch the director's cut, it adds about 30 minutes. So it is 3 hours long. It's not short, but it is truly, this is one of my favorite movies. And it's not just like spooky scary. Like, it actually has like a lot of heart and it's very moving and you will probably cry, but it's terrific. And then he also, before Midnight Mass on Netflix, he had The Haunting of Hill House. And this is, I still really love Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass is absolutely phenomenal, but The Haunting of Hill House affected me more. And it's very moving and it's very scary. The atmosphere is perfect. But if you have not watched Haunting of Hill House, I cannot recommend this or Dr. Sleep more. Mike Flanagan is a horror movie genius because it's not just like scary, scary, scary. It's very much based in the actual characters and what they're dealing with, and they are real humans. You don't doubt for a minute that the people in his movies are real with backstories and all of it. Like, he's remarkable, and I couldn't be a bigger fan. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
I didn't want to subject you all to bad sound. All right, so good tip. If your fruit is not frozen, you will need a lot more ice than the recipe calls for. Okay, and so here we go. I'm going to go to me here and see if I can do this. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. Yeah. Can you see this in here?
Hold on one hot second. One hot second. Sorry. Giovanna, it is, but I actually got the Blu-rays because the Blu-rays have the extended episodes. And also when you stream, you do lose a little bit of the audio and video quality. And I'm very much a physical media collector. Like I don't just buy e-movies. I'll stream like on Amazon Prime all the time. But if it's something I really like, I buy it. Like it's a better quality, and like I judge people whenever I meet new people. I judge people by what they have on their bookshelves and their movie shelves. I know that's ridiculous.
It's very judgy.
But it's a very good way to like see what they're into. Is like look at their books and movies.
That's true. That's true. All right, I think I'm gonna put it back over here for you guys to see it. I think that might be easier. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is we are done with our ice cream finally, okay? And you can see like you'll do it until it actually is solid, okay? And now if I take the lid off, you can all see the ice cream inside of here. I'm going to spoon some into a cup, and then we'll add our toppings. And this is way easier in the kitchen, I have to say. But here you go. All right, so
why didn't you do this in the kitchen?
I don't know, because it was silly.
You were just feeling different today.
Okay, so now we have our ice cream here. I don't know if you can see the ice cream. Okay. Yeah. And I'm go ahead and add some chocolate chips to it because that's what I like to put on it. And let me tell you something. This is yummy as can be. You can add blueberries. You can add whipped cream. You could add anything you want inside of it. You've got some really natural ingredients in here. You have nothing garbage or artificial, which is really a nice thing. I'm sorry. I wish you could all taste it. But I'm going to eat it myself here, just like Jamie did to you guys with
I should have made cookies.
With the cookies. But oh my God, so good. Oh my God, I forgot how good this is. This is awesome. All right, so and sometimes I'll use like Swerve or something like that instead of like the granulated sugar, and it works just as well to be able to have like a sugar-free dessert as well. I mean, what are we talking? A little bit of half and half, some vanilla, some sugar, berries, cherries. It's really good. It's really good and creamy and delicious. I mean, better than any ice cream I'd buy. That's for sure. It's like a soft serve. Cookies and cream. You could totally put Oreos in here. What you want to do is if you're going to add anything that is like, you don't want it chopped up too much, you're going to do it at the very end, like really quick, just a tiny little bit. I would even crumble them first, like maybe use the cup.
Yeah.
Like put them inside this thing and just use like the pulse on here. Like there's a pulse so that you could just like, zzz, zzz, like just to chop them slightly or even chop them by hand. And after you're done, just mix it in. Mix it in. That required a lot of ice today, but it's good. Damn good. I didn't add the cherries to my recipe for you guys, but if you like cherries, I would highly recommend. All right. Did you see my trays?
No, you can't. You can kind of see them in the. If you went to the camera now, you can actually see the white tray perfectly.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, in the wide angle, you can there.
I love these trays. I've been waiting for these trays. You don't like literally. I never wait because I'm a very impatient person. So like, if it's not like available now, I don't buy it. I find something else. But there was something about this tray. I just knew I was going to really like it. My trays are so old. Joe just dropped them in the chat. These are like they're you know what it is? It was the size. I wanted large trays. And these are 19 by 12. So they're a nice big size. Yeah. Everything was smaller. And I wanted something lightweight. I wanted something with handles. I wanted something with a little bit of a lip, but not too much of a lip, so that if things had to hang off, they could, but they're not sliding off. And I just love these trays. There's a whole container of it down here for you, Joe. A whole container. So these are a set of 2 large platters serving trays. Literally just came this week. I've had them on order since August.
Oh, wow.
But they're back in stock. So grab them now. What else?
You can eat ice cream and I'll talk.
Go ahead. Can I eat more ice cream? I'm making myself more.
This is what I will say right now is if you are looking for holiday gifts, you need to get them immediately. Just the general public. We do have a big supply chain issue. It's going to be a very weird holiday time. And what I am very proud of, because I am a grown man, I got myself a little baby Yoda. And he's precious. And did the battery? I need to turn him back on. He goes to sleep mode.
You can take the whole thing. Go ahead, take it and eat it.
Here, sweetie.
Joe spends the weekends doing the deal shows and making stuff in the air fryer. And as soon as he gets done cooking it, I come down and grab the food. So now
I'm very bad. He's brand new, and I just keep him on, and then the batteries die. But come here. I forget how you return him on. I'm a very bad father, but what I love is you can pat his little head.
I made myself another huge bowl.
You know what?
Can you believe it? This time I put strawberries on it, and I'm going to put the rest of the cherries too, because why not? This is a good way to do it.
I forget how to turn him on, so I'm taking the batteries out, and I'm going to reinsert. Okay, because that's where we are today.
Do it. Listen, I don't even care what you're doing. I made myself a giant bowl of ice cream with fruit and chocolate chips, and I'm happy as can be right here.
You here, honey? I'm very mad. You're having ice cream problems. I'm having Baby Yoda problems. Come here. Why aren't you turning back on?
You want to see something else I got, Jim?
There we go. My son is back. But you pat his little head. Wake up. Wake up, sweetie. Wake up. Wake up. He's snoring.
Is it the batteries?
No, he went to sleep. He's a little turd. Here we go.
He is really cute. Aww.
Let me see if I...
Oh, it looks really real.
But you can like rub his head and he'll do things. You can put him to sleep. You lay him down and he'll like go to bed.
Very cute.
It's great. It's so stupid, but I'm an adult and I wanted one of these.
All right.
These were a huge toy last year. They still are, but last year they were really hard to get. Hasbro like couldn't keep them in stock.
Oh, really? Well, they are cute. They do look real.
I mean, it's outrageous how articulated it is, like especially in the ears. It's so dumb.
Oh my god, I didn't eat lunch before, and so now I'm starving.
I ate a whole
ice cream because I'm starving.
I got these new wontons at Costco, and I ate a lot of them. They're chicken and cilantro in the frozen section. The Bibigo or something. Oh my god,
they're so good. Did you do them in the air fryer?
No, I boiled them. because it takes like 3 minutes in boiling water. And I was like, boom. I do
Mhm.
want to do where you do that and then you air fry.
Yeah, because you want to have the crispiness on them too. Oh, I have them in my freezer. I might grab them out.
They're so
Uh-huh.
good.
We're going away for the weekend to Pocono, as I told you. We're leaving tomorrow. And I'm taking the air fryer with me.
You should.
And a whole bunch of frozen food because I don't want to cook.
When we went to Steamboat Springs, I'm going to turn him off. When we went to Steamboat Springs for Christmas, we went and got a whole bunch of frozen food and lived our best life. Like
that's what I'm going to do. I might even do some takeout because we're only going for 2 nights. I might even do some takeout like from my favorite places and just not open it. Maybe like Chinese, some stuff that we really, and just leave it all in packaging and take it and heat it all. Because I don't want to cook.
I would.
Like we'll make breakfast and stuff, but I don't feel
trying to think what else
I think
did
Chinese
we do?
will be a good thing.
Oh, Tegu. Tegu is on deal right now.
Mm-hmm.
Joe texted me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another thing. If you need a gift for the holidays, Tegu is one of my very, very favorites. I grabbed some of mine, and Tegu, they're made in Honduras. They're named after Tegucigalpa, which is the capital of Honduras. It's where they get their name from. They're magnetic wooden blocks, and the magnets are embedded. You don't have to worry about your kids getting into these and like eating the magnets. But I love mine. I use them as fidgets. They come in all kinds of different sets. You can like use them as magnets on the fridge like I do. Like I love Tegu. And it's you to get them on deal is a very, very good thing because they're not cheap blocks.
Wait, I have an emergency.
What?
Joe, you have to go bring me the Yes to Dairy lactate pills right now.
Oh, yes, he does.
Bring them down now, like fast, and add them to the cart so everybody knows. Get my, I cannot eat this stuff without, any kind of like cream. And here I am eating like 2 bowls of ice cream. I'm going to be in massive trouble later if I don't take.
It's going to be a great trip to the Poconos.
Oh yeah, it'll be a wonderful weekend.
But these
I hear him running. He's running. He's like.
Tegu are one of my favorite toys, period. They're wonderful. The colors are great. They come in different sizes, different size kits. You can even get smaller ones in like a little felt bag for travel. I just think these are genius. And if you can get them on deal, go for it.
I take 2. I take 2. This has been my savior. I have to say, Joe's going to add this to the carousel and to the cart. If anybody has any kind of lactose intolerance, which I never did until I had kids, both my kids could not eat dairy at all while I was breastfeeding, not even a drop, not even a pinch of cream in my coffee, like nothing. And that went on for years between pregnancy and breastfeeding and pregnancy and breastfeeding and the years of it. When I tried to go back to dairy again, that was just not happening. Well, there are lots of different lactose pills on the market. Nothing works. I'll tell you right now because I tried them all, except for this. Yes to Dairy. They're little chewable lactose enzyme pills made by Nature's Plus. I used to sell these in my store. They're chewable. They're vanilla flavor. They're delicious in themselves. And they allow me to eat anything I want. Jamie's been there with me. Like, we'll go into a restaurant. I'll have like a creamy soup. I always have them in my purse.
Yep. That is a real thing.
I'm totally fine. Like if I take those, I'm totally fine. But I got to take it like either right before I eat it or right at the beginning. If I wait another 20 minutes, I'm going to be in trouble. It goes too far. Just goes too far down.
Ooh.
You can't eat dairy anymore. I'm telling you, Marnie, Jessica, this has saved me. I've been taking these for like 20 years. I'm not kidding. Like 20 years. All right. Yes to dairy. And a lot of people don't even realize they're lactose intolerant. They're not making the connection that maybe some of the like stomach discomfort, GI issues could be caused by something you're eating, like the dairy in your foods.
Yeah, I don't do much dairy anymore at all.
It's actually more common for human beings to be lactose intolerant in adulthood than to not. Like being able to eat lactose while you're an adult is a recessive thing. It's a very small percentage of the population of the world can actually eat Think about it, because human breast milk, which is what we were made to eat as babies, has 10 times the amount of lactose in it than even cow's milk. So babies are meant to have lactose. That's the sugar, the milk sugar that feeds their brains. But after the age of 5 or 6 or 7, like we weren't supposed to drink cow's milk.
Mm-mm.
And so our bodies will, get rid of the enzyme that digests it. This is what helps. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. You keep going.
But the other day you put your ladder in, and I was joking.
I like your ladder.
I almost put my ladder in. So this is my new ladder. And a few things I love. It's very lightweight. It also has handles, which is great. And I've used it to like hang some posters and things in my apartment, whatever. But one of the things I love, I have these frames that are a giant pain in the butt to hang, because you basically install the frame on the wall and then you put the poster in and snap it closed. So one of the things I love about this is it comes with a little pouch up here. So you can put all your drill and your drill bits and all your things up here. So you're not constantly going up and down the ladder. And it holds a whole lot of weight. It folds up nice and small. It does its job. It's an easy ladder. It's not that deep. And if you're looking for a good ladder for your house, I just like this one. I think it's great so far.
No, I think that's awesome. Does that fold down, or is that just a pouch to put stuff in? It folds up like that.
This all folds like.
I love how it has the handles.
Yeah.
That's really great.
It's great. It's a great ladder.
That's awesome.
And then you just have everything right here. So when you're drilling, you got to use your drill bits. You got to use your screws. You got to do all the things. Like this thing is great. And the handles have like a neoprene on them as well, like a foam.
Yeah.
So they're really good grippy. So if I'm carrying like stuff up and I need to put it on the wall, I'm not worried about like taking a tumble.
That is definitely a nice ladder. I like that one a lot.
Comes in a little box.
I didn't know what you were going to talk. I didn't know what your ladder was going to look like.
No, I love this thing. Love it.
All right, I'm giving them the code right now. Here's your code. Okay, this is the October giveaway code. I've forgotten about it.
Listen, we do our best.
Okay, I'm not going to say it out loud. It's here in the chat. It's good until, boy, you guys are fast. Like I posted and they're like, bam.
There's a 5% coupon on my ladder today. I did not know.
Nice.
That's great.
That ladder.
Also, because we all need our coffee, this is my new pour over drip down system. I've used it a couple times. It's very easy. The little filter is included, which is super nice.
Yeah.
But I use my Kasori electric kettle to heat the water real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just make my coffee. And it's, pour over is fun.
Are you using to use ground coffee?
Yeah, I grind my coffee fresh.
You grind your coffee.
Yeah.
And then you just pour it over there into is like a carafe. Can you hold that up?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you put the coffee in here, you get it wet so that the coffee blooms and opens up, and then you just keep pouring and it drips down in here. Then you pour this out, you take this out, and there's a little glass stopper lid if you want to put that in there, and it helps keep it hot.
Yeah.
But then you just pour your coffee.
That's nice. I like that. Nice. I think I would like that at night, like when I'm making some decaf or something like that. Like I use my Strava decaf at night. Mm-hmm. That would be a nice way to do it. Because sometimes I use the pods in my Keurig with it. But we also have the whole beans too.
Oh,
and it's a lot easier than making like a big pot of coffee. And
it also just it feels like it's like you're having a coffee moment. Like it's your experience of making the coffee.
It'd be nice to have on your desk while you're working. Do you have to steep it? Just explain to me how that works again. So you pour the ground.
The coffee grounds go in the filter.
Okay.
You pour the water, a little bit of water over it to get the coffee grounds wet and open up. That's what they call blooming. And then you just keep pouring this over in like a circular motion, keep it good and wet, let it drip down, pour some more, let it drip through.
So it's not like a tea where it needs to steep. It's just like a drip, like you would do like a coffee drip.
Yep.
Interesting. I like that. I might have to try that. That's what is it? $18?
Yeah, it's cheap.
$17.61.
A lot of these are really, really expensive, and I've never understood why. But this thing is cheap and it's great.
I like that. It has a little grippy thing too, so you can like hold it by the neck there. I might have to try one.
They're good.
Because I don't have enough gadgets in my house.
No.
French
presses are different. I'm also a big fan of a French press, but it's just a very different.
It is different. I have a French press. But that looks a lot easier. Like I like the idea of just the drip, pour it in, drink.
Especially like if you're not having to do like a big, pot of boiling water or whatever, and you just have this like kick, boo.
Great. All right, very nice, very nice. What else do we have for the ladies and gentlemen tonight? We also have my honey pourer. Let me show you this. Okay, so this is a little honey pot. Okay, it's a honey dispenser. How cute is this? All right, so you put your honey inside of here, and then it just rests right on top of this little like catcher here. So when you're ready to use the honey and put some honey into your tea or whatever you're going to put honey in, you literally just hold it over the cup and push, and the honey is going, and this is very thick honey. That's the only problem with this honey. Of course, it's not going to work here.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. It was working before. You could see it all in the bottom there. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So Joe just got very, very thick honey. But what you're doing is you're just letting it drip right in from the bottom there, and the honey is dispensed so that you're not having to like make a huge mess, stick a spoon in there or anything like that. It looks like a little honeycomb. It's cute to put like on the table, like if you're, entertaining at all, if you ever have people over, which I don't remember what those days are like anymore. But it's a no drip glass dispenser. And it stops all that messiness because honey can just be a messy process. Yep. And, honey is something that has a lot of really good medicinal properties to it. It's got a lot of anti-infective properties to it. So it's good for boosting your immune system. It's good for just, especially as we're going into the winter and cocoa is not going away anytime soon.
Yep.
Honey is one of those things that you want to try to add to your diet right now. If there's one thing I would tell you, like dietary wise, honey. So we got the honey sticks. That's why I've been focusing on like, what can we do to make honey a little more attractive and easier to use?
No, honey is great. I get local honey for my allergies.
Have you gotten the honey sticks?
No.
Talia came and asked me, where are your honey sticks? Yelena got her honey sticks. She won some honey sticks. Yeah, this is great for tea. Joe just had really thick honey, but when you get like normal honey that's not this thick, it really pours out nice.
It's probably a little cold in your basement too.
It's cold in general. Yes, it is definitely cold, except for the ice cream.
Yeah.
So I've got cold honey and warm ice cream. Unfortunately, that's me and my demos here. Love taking a tablespoon of local honey to help with seasonal allergies. Exactly. Yep.
Yep, the only honey I buy is local because the only time I ever really use this for my allergies. And if I'm starting to get a sore throat at night, I'll swallow a tablespoon before bed because it's a good way to coat your throat.
Honey is so good for you. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And I just love the little, like the way that it looks like a little honeycomb too. It's cute. It's pretty, right? And not expensive.
I'd put my syrup in there.
Oh, syrup would be good too.
I'd put maple syrup in there. Yes, I would.
That's a really good idea. I might have to get another one for maple syrup. Anything sticky, like where you don't want to have to like pour from the top and then it starts dripping out
down.
Yeah, like dripping down, or you're having to like stick like a spoon in it or something like that. I've tried other honey type things like this and nothing worked as well. So A couple of people here won the honey sticks and love them. Yeah, the honey sticks are really. Joe, you want to drop the honey sticks in the chat for them in case anybody doesn't know what the heck we're talking about with the honey sticks, the flavored honey sticks. All right, what else do we got? We've got. I noticed that Bamboobies were on deal. Okay, we got some Bamboobies. These are the washable breast pads.
You could also use them to clean your honey dispenser.
Yep, washable breast pads. You could use them. You could use them as coasters. Or you could use them for what they're meant to be used for. They've got what packs are on sale. We've got the nursing. These are the nighttime set. Okay. The ones I have in my hand is a mixed set, but the nighttime set look like this. They're pale blue and they're circular. Okay. These are the extra thick ones for nighttime. Super, super soft. These are on deal right now. And this is I'm trying to see here how many come in that set. It's 4 overnight pairs. So you get 4 pairs in the set for the $19, which is great because 4 is kind of what you need. Like you need to have I would have at least 2 like for each night. So you might want to pick up 2 boxes of these. At a minimum, you need 1 box. That'll give you the 2 nights worth. If you get really wet during the night, you want to be able to change them out. And I really recommend having some washable pads for those, especially in those early days and those early weeks of breastfeeding. Try to use the washable instead of the paper. It's just healthier for you. It's better. It's more breathable. It's going to be softer against your nipples. So it's going to definitely help for the healing. Okay. There's also a mix set, which is the one that I have here, which has all of them, the daytime, the nighttime. This is the pink and blue overnight, and also the, I think it's 1 pack of the regular here too. So 6 pairs. Okay, you get the little heart, which is actually made to have a nice shape so that they fit well on your breasts and they're smooth and they're easy.
They don't show under your clothing as well.
They don't show under your clothes. And so you think like, oh, it's just a pretty heart, but really they were designed to be able to lay well on the breast and fold easily, like kind of curve around the breast without like buckling up. All right. So those are the daytime ones. And then they also have the soothing therapy pillows as well, which these things are so I'm literally like just as a heating pack, Jamie.
I've used them.
Have you used these? They're really nice.
I have no shame.
Really nice.
I have boxes of all of this, and like the breast therapy pads from multitudes of brands. Like they're so good when you have like a little pain, you got a little kink in your neck, whatever.
Well, I love the size of these because I've seen others and they're not as big. Like honestly, these are big. Nope. They're easy to deal with because they're not like strips or anything like that. It's just a very nice round piece here, and it's filled with, I believe, with flax. Is it flax that's inside of here?
I think it's flax.
Yeah, natural flax seeds. Okay, you can make these cold. You can make these hot. You can put them in the microwave, and then when you put them on your breast, there's like a spot here that doesn't get hot because you don't want that on your nipple. Okay, why I like them big is, for obvious reasons, they're going to cover more area on the breast. All right, so these are the therapy pillows. I'm showing you all these today because they're all on deal right now. So if you've been thinking about like, I need some of this stuff, need some breast pads, I'm trying to get set up, baby's going to be coming. Can you add lavender oil to the therapy pillows? I don't see why you couldn't. I don't see why you couldn't. There's no place to put them in. I haven't tried using any kind of oil on these. I don't know what it would do to the fabric here. I don't know. That's a good question for Bamboobies. We can ask them. Kaylee, make a note. Let's ask about aromatherapy with these because that's actually a really good question, Marnie. Okay. Joe's asking everybody. Joe did like a whole show on the Orgain bars and shake mixes this past weekend, and the Vitamixes. Everything was on like major sale, like 30% off everything. So a whole bunch of people got all the Orgain stuff, which I'm literally sitting here eating, or you could see wrappers here, Orgain bars. Did you ever have these?
No.
They're good. They're really good. Orgain chocolate peanut butter Dan bars. Yummy. What else do we have, James?
I'm done on my end, I think.
Did you do? There are two other things here that are in the carousel. If anybody's been thinking about getting a sous vide, there is a sous vide on deal right now. This is one that I also have. This is from Sous Vide Cooker. It's an immersion system. You guys know what the sous vide is. It's the
Cooking in
device,
a vacuum.
the device that heats your food in the water tanks. The Sous Vide Cooker immersion system is here on deal. It is 24% off, $76.
Ooh.
Right?
That's
Good
great.
deal. Very good deal. Also comes with 15 vacuum bags, clips, also for holding it in place. It's a really nice system. There's two of them here in the carousel. I don't know where the sous vide is. Here it is. Okay. You can give it to me. This is it right here. This one, which is really nice. I literally I have two. So I have one, then I got this one, and I'm going to be trying this one out next to see the difference between them, because this one just has a couple more features that I thought was really nice, and it's such a good deal right now. I'll show you what it looks like. So it's got comes with all the bags too, and then it has also this really nice, what do you call it?
The clamp. That's a good clamp. Yeah.
Because the clamp that we have, it's a little bit hard to, you kind of have to screw it on. You got to get on just right. It's a little small. This thing is like massive. Like this is like
big one.
This is like heavy duty sous vide, right? And then the clamp is what holds it to the side of the tank really easily, and you can move it around. Yeah, I'm really excited about this.
I did sous vide lamb the other day, and it was great. And I'm gonna.
I saw the pictures.
I showed the pictures to neighbor Claire last night while we were out. I was like, "You got to see this lamb I made," and it was like $20 for a rack of lamb that I bought, and I salted it up, let it sit in the fridge for a few hours, and then put it in the vacuum bags, cooked it in that sous vide, and it was perfect.
I saw the pictures, and that's what I just love about this sous vide process is like I stopped worrying about like, is it going to come out right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I had that one experience, like the first time I did it, and like but it wasn't the sous vide. It was what I did after the sous vide that was the problem. So like I kind of got the hang of it now, but I've definitely gotten used to the fact that it's going to come out perfect. Like if I just set the temperature,
love it.
There's not going to be an issue. I've also started using it for defrosting too.
Well, that's the best thing about, like, I buy all this meat in bulk and I season it and let it sit in the fridge for a day, and then I vacuum seal it and freeze it. So then when you need to cook, you don't have to worry about thawing anything out if you forgot. You throw that frozen steak in the sous vide and let it go.
Totally. No, it's just so great to have everything like ready to go. And especially if you're preparing it ahead of time, like you said, like I bought a huge leg of lamb, and it's a boneless leg of lamb. So before I froze it, I took it out of the netting. You kind of unrolled it a little bit and like salted it, pepper, all the rosemary, everything that I put on it, rolled it back up and put it back in the net, and then stuck it into the vacuum sealer with garlic.
Yeah.
You stuck the garlic inside of it, and then put it back in the vacuum sealer, and it's frozen like that. So like I know when I'm ready to cook it, I literally, all I have to do is throw that sucker in the water.
Throw it in the water.
Throw it in the water.
The best. It is the
Joe was now convinced when you kept showing it. I was like, we got to get one of these. We got to get one of these. He's like, we're not getting one of those. I want to get one of these. He's like, I don't think I'm going to use that. I'm like, well, I'm going to use it. I want to try. And I wound up getting it, and now he's like, this thing is good.
I use mine multiple times a week.
Yeah, no, I know. It's really good. It's
between
really good.
That and my air fryer,
Us too. We're right there with you.
That's great.
Right there with you. And the knife set is also on deal. So I did throw it in here. This is the same. Oh my God. This is 33% off that knife set. This is that really nice knife set that I got. Look at this. $67 right now for the entire set.
Yelena, so you would need to have it in a bigger thing of water, but it also depends on what you're cooking. And the good thing is like you can cook every like you're good to go with it. Like you can do a big roast in it.
Mhm.
And it is like, one of those things like you need to consider timing. But the thing is like you don't have to stand over a stove and like pay attention. You throw it in there and you can like go work. You can run errands. I run errands with my sous vide running.
Totally.
Like, I'm never worried about it. It's wonderful.
No, it doesn't feel like it's sort of like it reminds me so much of when I used to use a crock pot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like it was at like low heat, longer, like it never felt like, dangerous or anything like that. It was like that slow cooking, but it actually cooks pretty fast, like faster than I thought it was going to cook. And there's more things you can do with it than like when I started reading in the recipes, like the different things that you could actually cook with it. I was kind of shocked because Marnie just said like if I ate meat, I would do that. But there's so many vegetables and potatoes. And I read like there was like a scallop potato recipe that looked amazing.
I fall down the YouTube wormholes at night of watching people cook in a sous vide recipes.
Yeah. With sous vide.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give me ideas to go watch more stuff. Yeah, that is a great deal, Gina.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. All right, well, good. So, and then the knife set. If anybody really needs a good knife set, I'm telling you, it's a weapon. Look at this knife. You know what I really like about these? The handle. The handles are really ergonomic.
I'm particular. Mm-hmm.
Like the way that you hold these, and also the weightedness of it, like they're just balanced right. Because you can get some of these knives and they're just not that good.
Yep.
But this is actually a really nice set. Look at this one.
Saw that in Halloween Kills last night. You better take that to the Poconos just in case.
It's like a nice weapon. That is a weapon, isn't it? Maybe I will.
You should.
Maybe I will. I'm going to be out in the country there. Oh my God. All right. What else? I think we're good. That was great. So there you go. Our Mishmash show.
All kinds of things.
Baby carriers, blenders, and knives.
And Baby Yoda.
And Baby Yodas.
Like,
and Baby Yodas. We agreed that we were going to do Mishmash shows from now on.
I think they're fun.
Get more mishmash than that. There you go. And what do you know? My internet held up the entire time.
I'm shocked.
Well, they called before, and we got like a voicemail that said the internet has been repaired, and I'm like, yeah, BS.
Sure.
I've heard that story before, and you know what? It didn't even dip today, did it?
No, it was a little crackly at one point, but it was quick. It was done.
All right. Well, let's see. Maybe we're getting somewhere. Maybe we're making progress here, folks. All right. This is it for me for the week, and I'm signing out for 3 days right now. I haven't had a vacation in what, like a long, like 2 years. Like I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done anything. I've been really like homebound. And so I'm really excited.
Get off the computer and go.
Yeah. If anybody has any questions, save it for next week.
Yeah.
If anybody needs anything, you can always message us. Kaylee will be around, and she will not be bugging me this weekend. That's great. I appreciate that. Kaylee's always around to help you guys if you need support with anything. Otherwise, thanks for doing the show with me today, Jamie.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Another great show. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
I'm going to cook dinner.
Oh, are we doing cooking on Tuesday?
No, right now.
Oh. Maybe you should cook on Tuesday too.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll plan. All right.
We'll
We'll
see.
we'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Mhm.
We'll work it
Mhm.
out. All right, you guys. Love you all. Have a good weekend. Be
Have a
safe.
good one, y'all.
All right. Bye.